this together. Overwhelmed with emotion and speechless, I just hugged him with tears in my eyes and a grateful heart for our heroes who keep us free. That young man and everyone who has served before him, all of those who serve alongside him, and the thousands we know who will be called upon to serve after him, deserve to know they have a country and a community back home doing our part in the fight for freedom. America is great because we are free. But today, our freedom is under attack, and the America we love is in danger. President Biden and the Democrats have failed you, and it's time for a change. A new generation of Republican leaders are stepping up, not to be caretakers of the status quo, but to be change makers for the American people. We know not what the future holds, but we know who holds the future in his hands. And with God as our witness, we will show the world that America is still the place where freedom reigns and liberty will never die. Thank you. God bless you, and God bless America.
And there, Governor Huckabee Sanders there delivering a strong message representing the Republican side, claiming that President Biden is unfit to serve as commander-in-chief and using the word crazy 3 times to describe his policies. Nancy Cordes.
Tough case to make after you just saw members of her own party there in the House chamber heckling the President of the United States, but she went right after President Biden. This was not a speech that was designed to attract the middle. This was squarely designed at the base of her own party. She said he was weak. She said he was unfit to be president. You mentioned she called them crazy. Said they had surrendered to the woke mob, said that more than once. Clearly, this was the red meat that her party was looking for.
Response speeches are not policy heavy, and this was in that tradition. I think the only real policy was school choice, which would make a really interesting case to make if you were trying to say, this is how I'm characterizing an administration, and here are policies that are better than that. That wasn't done. It wasn't really, as you say, it wasn't an argument. It was just attaching a bunch of labels to him, and she had many at the ready to attach.
But is this a reminder that the party has not turned the page on the Trump presidency, as there are many in the Republican Party that say we want new, younger leaderships that's detached from Trump or different from? It's a sign that he still is just as powerful as ever on the ideas of the party.
They're not only not turning the page, they're turning up the volume. Her speech tonight was an introduction to her as a political figure for a national audience. It was also an echo of what we've been hearing from so many Republicans across the country, especially the Florida governor, Ron DeSantis, a possible 2024 foil for President Biden.
Well, it emphasized that the sense of grievance has not gone away. America is changing, and you are likely uncomfortable with it. That's the reference to woke and, phrasing on how to refer to people correctly. This they're weird, you're not idea is what she was appealing to here. That's that Trumpism that isn't necessarily just the man. It's something the party is tapping into in America that you're uncomfortable with. But she did try to reference the fact that she's the youngest governor versus the oldest president, trying to reference transition for the party. But as you said, they're not necessarily ready to transition just yet.
Yeah, and I would just say very briefly, I mean, just the normal versus crazy. This is also rhetoric we've heard from Democrats as well, and I think that also kind of explains some of the dynamics we witnessed in Congress tonight. The question is, will we continue to witness those dynamics, or will they actually work together as the president called for tonight?
Thanks to all of you for your brilliant analysis and reporting in our coverage of the State of the Union. We'll continue on your late local news on the CBS station. Tomorrow, Vice President Kamala Harris joins CBS Mornings. And thank you to all of our incredible team here at CBS News. I'm Norah O'Donnell here in the nation's capital. Good night.
Colbert's got Tom Hanks tonight on CBS.
Stay tuned. Live local news is next on News 12 at 11.
What's it like having Xfinity internet with supersonic Wi-Fi? It's fast, like beyond gig speed fast, like riding a cheetah fast. It can connect hundreds of devices at once, so you can do anything you dream of, just like I did. That's powerful.
about our next generation Wi-Fi technology. Or get started with Xfinity Internet for only $20 a month for 12 months. Plus, there's no annual contract required, so it's risk-free. Switch today.
I hated that the insurance companies would never return my calls. But I love my lawyers. Warren and Griffin, they return my calls within 24 hours.
I hated that the insurance company didn't want to pay me for my lost wages, but I love my lawyers. C. Mark and John Mark got me money for my missed work.
I hated that their insurance company only wanted to pay me $1,000 for my injuries, but I love my lawyers. Warren and Griffin got me $100,000.
I'm C. Mark.
I'm John Mark.
If you've been hurt, call us. 265-HURT. That's 265-4878.
At Home Outlet, we help bring your ideas to life. Remodeling or building new, we're here to help you. Kitchens, baths, floors, and a whole lot more. Our Home Outlet locations across the country are full of new quality products and at better prices, guaranteed. Come see one of our knowledgeable store partners for help today. Come see us at Home Outlet.
Life is full of ifs. If you see the potential in every day, if you push for that promotion, or if you say, I do. If you can cash flow like a pro, safeguard against surprises, and supercharge your savings, the if in life becomes less iffy. Regions Life Banking makes it possible, if you're interested.
Let's talk about the if in life. Regions Bank, embrace the if in life.
Weather window brought to you by West Shore Home. On the EP 6 weather. News 12 AccuWeather right now forecast.
Okay, so it wasn't a record-breaking day on temperatures, but it was still doggone nice out there, you got to admit. Temperature just shy of 70 degrees, but our record high 80, last setback in 2019. No rainfall, behind for the month, ahead for the year by just a little bit, and we're going to be making up some of that as we get into our next storm system, which coincidentally is on the way, giving us the possibility of more rain, maybe some thunderstorms heading our direction, and as an added bonus, some colder air. We'll get back to winter for a day or so. We'll have more on that forecast, up and down as though it may be, coming up on News 12 at 11.
News 12 at 11. This is the place for the latest news from around the Tennessee Valley.
Hey, good evening, everybody, and thank you for staying up a little bit later with us. I'm Andrew Harris, and this is News 12 slightly after 11. Local social justice organization Concerned Citizens for Justice rallied outside the Chattanooga City Hall tonight. Now, they are furious about the death of Tyree Nichols and what they call police terrorism. That group posted on Sunday on social media that, quote, the entire system of policing must be completely dismantled and abolished altogether. They also stated that, quote, government officials and police chiefs across Tennessee continue to hide behind falsified narratives of community support and protection. Chattanooga Mayor Tim Kelly and Police Chief Celeste Murphy were also called out online for, quote, celebrating weak police reforms, while some have lost loved ones to police violence at the hands of CPD and the conditions within Silverdale Detention Center.